Do you know why you have the anger?
Yeah, because of childhood trauma.
No.
Yeah.
No, that's true, but do you know why you have the anger?
No, I don't.
Okay. You need to find out.
Yeah.
Okay. How do you feel about that anger?
Well, I feel guilty about it.
You feel guilty about it? Okay,
yeah.
You don't like it.
Yeah, I notice it, and then I think, don't do it.
All right, so let's notice something. There's a big part of you that you don't like.
True.
Okay? And you're trying to push it away.
Yeah, I try not to get angry.
Okay,
yeah.
That's not going to help. You're going to have to find out why you're angry. Not theoretically childhood trauma, but why you are angry. And you're going to have to become curious. No, and again, when I say you are going to have to, you don't have to do anything. I'm suggesting that if you really want to deal with it, you'll need to start asking some questions. And you're going to have to be very curious about this part of you that's angry. Very curious. Not to judge it, not to want to make it go away, but to get to know it. Now I can tell you the theoretical answer. As a spiritual teacher who lives in Vancouver, but he's actually German-born, Eckhart Tolle, many of you know him. He said that wherever there's anger, there's pain underneath it. So there's some deep pain that you have that you haven't felt yet fully. And that's why the anger. You're going to have to get to know it. It can be done, but you have to take it on if you really want to find peace inside yourself. Okay?
So it's not normal that you get angry or suppress angry many times a day or feel fear and suppress it.
Is it normal? Is that what you're asking?
Well, I'm starting to realize I'm doing it, and before I didn't realize it. I had it. And
okay, so I say congratulations. I say congratulations. You're a step closer to yourself, because that anger has always been there. You know, that anger has always been there, but you've pushed it down.
I know.
Now, I want you to imagine you being in a pool, you know, a swimming pool, and you have a beach ball, you know, one of these rubber balls or a plastic inflated ball, but this big. And you're trying to push it underwater. You know how much energy that takes? Now, that's what you've been doing all your life. And all of a sudden, you can't do it anymore, and then that's what's happening with you.
Yeah.
But it's there for a good reason, and there's pain underneath it, and you can deal with it if you get the right help. So instead of worrying about getting rid of the anger, get to know it, get curious about it. Don't be afraid of it. You know, there's a therapist called Edith Eger. And Edith comes from the town of Košice in what is now Slovakia. And she, like me, is a Hungarian Jew. And my grandparents lived in Košice as well. And Edith and her family were probably taken on the same train to Auschwitz that my grandparents were. And my grandparents died there, so did her parents. She was 16 years old at the time. She's now 93 or 94. And she's written a couple of books in the last 2 years. One of them is called The Choice, the other is called The Gift. And in one of the books she says, we're not all descendants of Nazis, but we all have a Nazi inside of us. Okay? The Nazi is that part of us that's full of rage because they're in so much pain that they want to punish other people for it. You get to know your inner Nazi, okay? Make friends with it. Find out what the pain is. And he'll become a very quiet little fellow. I promise you. Okay?
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.